Hey everyone, Updog here, and today I got a video about Miss Marvel. Is she, in fact, the best tank? The new Miss Marvel, Hardlight. Is she the best tank in the game? So let's take a look here. And be sure to keep an eye towards the end of the video. I'm going to show you guys a big, huge punch-up with the new A-Force, and I have a challenge for you guys all out there who are watching. So be sure to stay tuned in for that. I'm going to have Run 7's arena footage he just had recently play in the background while I explain a little bit, just so you guys can get an idea of why I think she's the best tank in the game right now. So I'll let him play while I talk a little bit. So Run is using the standard arena team right now, and this team just totally gets destroyed if you have Miss Marvel and Photon with Apocalypse, and pretty much I don't think it matters really who else you have besides that. So unless you do a lot of speed manipulation or doom manipulation, that team that he's going to be facing here is very tough. So but for some of those new players out there that aren't used to some of the terminology that you might see out there every once in a while, I just want to go over real quick what some of that means. So a tank is another term for, in Marvel Strike Force, protector. And they will taunt, as you see on the video. They do a lot of taunting. They have a lot of health. Most of them have like defense up. Some of them even have immunity, like Wong is a tough one. So that's really what a tank is meant to take the damage, keep on taking it, protect the other people on your team, the other members of your team. Some of the other terms that you may not be familiar with if you're a newer player to this type of game is people throw around the term DPS. That's D like dog, P like Paul, S like Sam. And DPS is basically just referring to a big damage dealer. Like for Marvel Strike Force, it's Kang. Red Hulk does a lot of damage. Apocalypse does a lot of damage. They may not be a classic DPS, or Marvel Strike Force kind of separates them into like brawlers and blasters. Even controllers have a lot of damage sometimes. So, but DPS just means just damage. You might also hear a healer, which obviously there's the healer ISO 8, but healer can also be just be the general healer of the team. A lot of the times, if you have a support character in Marvel Strike Force, they are doing some sort of healing. So that's kind of what they're referring to as healer. And then you might hear the term spellcaster. That's kind of like what a controller is in Marvel Strike Force. They put out debuffs, they remove the enemy buffs, they might give energy, things like that. Rewind turn meter, like Morgan Le Fay is one of the best controllers out there. She pretty much does it all. She removes positive effects, put out debuffs, rewinds turn meters, so and then she can do a heck of a lot of damage with a lot of her abilities. So so that's kind of what a little breakdown for you. So as you were seeing there, Run was getting destroyed in Arena by the Miss Marvel Photon composition. So what exactly makes this team so good versus the current Arena meta right now? So let's take a look at that real quick. So the one thing that helps Miss Marvel and Photon on the Arena defense is part of her passive here. She gets 10% speed bar plus an additional 10% for having Photon as an ally. So with that extra speed bar, that actually puts her faster than Red Hulk. And then she also targets the the person with the highest speed bar when she's on Arena defense, ignoring taunt. So she's going to attack your Red Hulk. If you're using Red Hulk and you're facing her, she's going to attack your Red Hulk and rewind his turn meter by 30%. So that's part of the reason why she's so helpful on Arena defense. And Then you also have her. She'll have Safeguard. She has a huge health pool. If you're facing one with high stars, it's going to be really hard to get around her. She'll have a ton of barrier, which allows your like Apocalypse on your side. Like if you, let's say you're using her, right? It'll allow your Apocalypse to go without getting hit, or your Photon, whoever. If we're talking in the case of what Run is facing, if we're on the offensive side and she's on the defensive side, yeah, your highest speed gets rewound, and then it allows the opponent's Apocalypse and Photon to go attack you, and you're just behind the gun right off the bat. So that's what makes her so powerful in Arena. So I would recommend, if you can, to core some of her orbs while you still can, to get some stars on her, maybe get her unlocked. And then we do have her event. She's a campaign event coming up here next week, it looks like. Let's take a look at the calendar here. Alright, so yes, she is going to be next week starting on the 23rd. We don't, it's not been confirmed technically in the blog, but this calendar came out directly from Boundless, so it's been accurate so far for the events and everything that's happened. So, but she's only going to be a 7-day campaign event. So, in order to get enough yellow stars on her, I would definitely recommend, if you can afford it, doing up to the 100 core refreshes. So you'll have the 450s and then the 100s to refresh all that energy to get more shards, and hopefully end up with if you do core her orbs, if you're able to core her orbs and get her unlocked, she's a 45 shard unlock, and then you do all those other core refreshes, that should hopefully, depending on the drops, I don't know if they're going to adjust them or not from what Cosmo was, but I ended up with a 5-star Cosmo with her event. So if you can get a 5-star Miss Marvel and you can get 5 red stars on her, she's going to be huge for you in the arena. So make sure to let me know in the comments who your favorite tank is in the game, or who a tank that you'd like to see added to the game. Obviously right now Miss Marvel is going to be the best tank. I still like Drax, even though he's really dated and really power crept. As a character anyway, I like Drax a lot. Dave Bautista did a great job with his character in the Guardians movie. So as far as in the game, I think probably Drax or Red Guardian would be my 2 favorite character wise. So the other thing I wanted to show you guys that I talked about earlier in the video was it's new Defender related, as well, was how well Photon is working in the A-Force team. And so I wanted to show you a video of that. Now my Photon in this video, or in this recording, was she was gear 14, and we were doing a 400k punch up on an APOC for hire. So I just wanted to show you the raw power and just amazingness of this A-Force team. I definitely think that the whole A-Force team in general is going to be, I think they're technically tied for second best war offense team, tied with Gamma. They can beat Gamma, so I personally think they're ahead of Gamma, but it's definitely a tie between those two for second. So obviously nowhere being first, but this huge punch up I thought was pretty good. So my challenge to you guys is, if you can send me a clip of a match with new A-Force and if you can get higher than a 400k punch up on a team that has Apocalypse, doesn't have to be Heroes for Hire, but any team with Apocalypse, if you can get higher than 400k punch up, I want to see it. So make sure you check out my Discord link in the in the description and send those to me. I would really like to see who can top my 400k punch up on this, on a team with Apocalypse. So it does take a little bit of time, but you know, we get through them and they're pretty much all full health, I believe, at the end. So I call that a win in my book. Boom, there's a killing blow. Boom. So there you have it. Thanks for watching this video, everyone. If you liked it and thought it was helpful, I would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. And until next time, we will catch y'all later.